grandson of Lou Byrne, standing here with his Ford Ute, 1934, that I'm making like this anymore. At 3 years old, 4 years old, I'd go to his house there in Geelong. Make me paint the tyres on it, nice big white wall tyres on the back in the day. You open the car now, you know, decades later, and you can still feel that the love and the creativity that he brought to the world through it.
Max Ellery is my name, and this is my collection of Australian motorcycles. Now, I started this collecting motorcycles around 25 to 30 years ago. So I bought one or two motorcycles, and one of them was an Australian motorcycle. And then I got to noticing that Australian motorcycles can be lost forever because they're hard to identify. Because they don't have metal plaques attached to them, they don't have inscriptions moulded into the front forks or whatever, and they have a decal on a tank. And then if the tank is damaged or somebody repaints the bike, and I'll give you a classic example of this little 1946 Henderson. It was made from, as I said in the previous video, from a Malvern Star frame, which you can tell it's Malvern Star by the stars on the frame. But if you look at the tank, and now the tank, we've had it checked out by people that have an authority, do have an authority on motorcycles and early bikes and so on. And this tank is believed to be original. Now you look at these decals here, and they're Henderson decals. Now if they were rubbed off and repainted, it would no longer be identified as a Henderson motorbike. It would be identified as possibly an early Malvern Star. In my opinion, Australian manufactured bicycle here is Lewis, and that's 1910. They made everything. Their first bike, 1906, was an air-cooled and water. There was a water-cooled version, but that's really as about Australian as you'd ever get. That's it, and it's because if they're not collected or put on display, people won't realise that Australia had a motorcycle industry.